Hey, what's good, everybody? This is ijACKER coming at you with another statue review. This time it's the Sideshow Collectibles premium format Wolverine in the brown and yellow classic costume. This is my personal favorite look for the Wolverine character. This costume came out sometime in the late 80s, I want to say around 1987, and carried on in the books even under Jim Lee, I believe until about 1992 when they switched to the more modern yellow and blue tiger stripe motif costume. Like I said, though, I think this is the best look for the character, and this is a great representation of the character, probably the best offering Sideshow has on the market currently. There is going to be another piece coming out in Q4 of 2018 that's up for pre-order on Sideshow's website. That is the more modern suit. Again, that's the tiger stripe motif. Not a huge fan, but it does look pretty cool. Until then, I think this is one that's a highly affordable Wolverine statue. Coming in somewhere around between $300 and $350 secondhand on eBay in excellent condition. So, some quick overall details on this guy. He is approximately 21.5 inches to the tips of the ears. The base itself, right there at 12 inches wide. So it will fit in a detail as it does have a pretty narrow base for a Sideshow piece. Also, overall, it's not that tall, but neither is Wolverine, so it'll scale well with any other premium format figures in the line. Really like the scene that it's depicting. It's kind of right out of that 80s run in the books when he was in Japan. I think that's what they were trying to go after here. It has that torn up Japanese bridge there. Looks like he's in the heat of combat. Arrows are being fired at him there. There's 4 in total. They are removable, so if you don't like them for any reason, you can take them out. But I just think it looks a little bit more like an action set piece with the arrows actually in. So I really, really do like that feature. It's a great base, really fits the character. The suit itself, I mean, what can I say? Sideshow, always amazing. There's textures here in the yellow. There's textures in the brown. And I'll try to get some close-ups of that before we cut out the video. The claws. Claws are real metal, guys. These things are sharp too, and they are splayed just beautifully. I mean, they really, really nailed the length and the splay of the claws, in my opinion. I really like how it has like the angled tips, so you can tell that it has the puncturing, like classic tips that Wolverine's claws are known for, and it also has the edge on the inside for the slicing. So just a nice little nod to that. The yellow, the texture on the yellow is kind of a nylon-looking cross mesh, basically like a typical superhero spandex. It does look really, really good. The brown contrasts nicely with it. If you can make that out on the camera, like I said, I'll get some close-ups of this, but the brown has like a very rough texture, almost like a rhino skin, so it looks a little bit more up-armored as opposed to the yellow. It's a really nice contrast. There's 2 head sculpts for this guy. This is obviously the masked portrait. I'll go ahead and take that off so you can get some close-ups. Alright, so again, on the fins are black on this guy. And the rest of the suit that has the darker colors is brown, so it's a nice little contrast there. There is a profile for you. You can see texture there in the ears. The eyes all white, as should be, represented by this costume. That's how they were in the comic. Fangs are all individually sculpted and look fantastic there. Inside of the mouth looks really good. The tongue, the flesh tones, really, really nice. There's good shading overall. Maybe you can make out the texture there in the yellow. If you can see that, the seam work and the cross mesh, that carries through the entire piece on the yellow portions. Alright, so that is the first head sculpt. The second head sculpt is the unmasked portrait. This one here also has the little mask kind of in the back, just resting on the shoulders, so it looks like he just took the cowl off in a rage or berserker rage. You know how Wolverine does. I like the hair sculpt on this guy. It's probably one of the better hair sculpts for any of the statues out there on the market. But I'm not really liking the face. The face just looks like he's just ugly, to be honest. You know, not like I'm really looking for a super hot Wolverine or anything, but he just kind of looks really, really ugly in my opinion. Not the best face sculpt. So I'll go ahead and put that on the piece and see how that looks. See if you like that option. Alright, and we'll go back around. The snow, another little gripe I have on this piece is the snow down here, not the best. Not the best representation of snow you could do. It kind of just literally looks like a wad of cotton balls. I think probably could have done a little bit better there. I don't know what they were going for, but the overall pose and the stance, it really, really goes well with the base if you just kind of ignore the ugliness of the snow. That's really my only two gripes, would be the secondary head sculpt and then the snow on the base itself. Other than that, really great piece. Very affordable on eBay. Like I said, between $3 and $3.50 secondhand, in perfect condition. I'm actually about to trade this guy, so I wanted to go ahead and get a quick review in on him. Nice little details here with the little Asian-inspired kind of emblems there on the bridges. Little nice touches. The boots are really nice. Painted nicely. There is some detail there with the laces. Here, very nice. They look like a steel-toe boot or a combat boot of some type with the beveled soles here, so that looks good. I mean, what else is there to say? It's a really nice piece. I'll go ahead and pick up the cam so you can get some closer shots. Let me go ahead and switch out back to the masked portrait. There we are. Another little nice thing that I do like about this particular piece is that with the typical superhero underoos, it's not like a bikini style, you know, like the classic bikini style on superheroes. I think that kind of looks a little not that great. So I like how it's kind of more of a tactical boxer brief style. I mean, it's still technically an underoo, but it looks a little bit better this way. A little bit more of a real world tactical application. So yeah, I'll go ahead and pick up the cam so you can get some close-ups, and I'll just start with the texturing there on the brown parts. Alright, musculature on this guy, really nice. Got a big nice wide back. Just for kind of a size comparison, here's the four fingers of my back, and or of my hand rather, back of my hand, and compared to his back is actually wider. You can see the little bit of the rhino skin detailing there on the brown that runs through all the brown pieces on the suit, including the boots and the underoos. The shading there on the flesh tones of the arm looks really good. He's not quite as buff as I like the Wolverine character to be portrayed, but it looks pretty good. No sculpted hair on the arms or anything like that, so if you're looking for that, this isn't the piece. But it's just a really clean Wolverine. There's a companion piece that goes along with it. It's a Sabretooth, classic Sabretooth premium format. That one's also pretty cheap, I believe around the same price point, $3 to $3.50 on eBay. Goes really well. It's got a snowy base, and the two kind of face off against each other really nicely. Not much else to say on this, guys. I mean, if you like it, go ahead and cop it. You really you should be able to find a bevy of them online currently, because I think a lot of people are just going to offload them for that Q4 2018 release that's coming out, so just keep your eyes out. Again, nice great piece from Sideshow Collectibles. This is the premium format Wolverine statue in the classic brown and yellow costume. Till next time, guys, this is ijACKER signing out.